Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Thursday. We're about a minute away from 6 a.m. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning. I was debating on trying the Australian accent, but I decided not to for everyone's sake.
Just, there's those like crikey and those kind of terms. Again, that whale, it looked small. I didn't understand what was going on, but then, it's a whale calf.
Calf, yes.
Still pretty darn big.
Yes.
And pretty darn heavy. All right, let's take a look outside. We have chilly conditions, and we're going to be staying that way for the foreseeable future. Look at these current conditions, folks. You're going to want to bundle up as you're heading out the door. Yakima actually warming up in the last hour by 2 degrees. They're up from 30 degrees just an hour ago. 33 for Ellensburg. We're just a touch warmer the more east we go, but still very dangerous temperatures overnight. And we're going to see mid to lower 20s by the time we get to Friday late night into Saturday late night into Sunday. So very cool temperatures. So we're getting you ready for the first freezes of the fall. All of our areas are going to be impacted through, it looks like, at least next week, as we are unseasonably chilly. So mostly sunny skies today for Yakima, highs upper 40s. And again, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, not too much wind. Should be a nice day despite all of this coldness. And again, mid to upper 40s for pretty much all of our cities, and we'll be remaining in the mid to upper 40s for the week ahead. So drier conditions continue. That cooling keeps rolling along and freezing overnight again tonight, tomorrow night, into the weekend. I'll get you prepared for all of that coming up, but right now we're going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. Yakima is hosting the State of Washington Tourism Conference this year with a focus on native tourism and how to promote it. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us it's about more than just making money.
Native tourism is a $14 billion industry in the U.S., but for small business owners like Rose Sampson of Rose's Native Designs in Toppenish, it's based on sharing culture.
We get people from all over the world. We just had people from Russia and China and Japan and the Netherlands, and they come because they want to see native arts on an Indian reservation.
Every new customer, not just a chance to sell handmade moccasins, beaded jewelry, or huckleberry jam, but a chance to educate them on a history that's often been overlooked.
I think it's about time that the native people and what we had to share, what our ancestors had to share with America, should be brought out. Something for every American to be proud of.
Sherry Rupert, CEO of American Indian Alaska Native Tourism Association, says more non-tribal organizations are looking to invest in native tourism because she says it's a win-win.
When visitors are coming to Indian country, when they're coming to those tribal destinations and attractions, the outlying communities also benefit.
Heather Hull with the Yakima Nation Museum says on the Yakima Reservation, tourists flock to the annual Treaty Day celebration, to Legends Casino, and to the museum's guided tours. But when outside agencies are looking to partner with the tribe on native tourism efforts, cultural understanding is crucial.
Just because we say powwow, that doesn't make it a public event for everyone. And I think that's where some people are a little timid, like, can we come on the reservation, can we not?
The key, asking who's allowed and who's in charge.
A lot of times, people, when I talk to them, they've already interacted with Yakima Nation members that don't represent the tribe as a government entity.
And often it's their permission outside agencies need. And she says building a partnership with the tribe can take some time.
We Yakima Nation people are just more relaxed and lackadaisical. And in the world of tourism and internet and fast, go, in your face, down your throat, we don't fit. And so if you're looking for a quick response, you're going to be waiting.
But worth waiting in the long run to expand opportunities for native tourism and share stories worth telling. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
The American Indian Alaska Native Tourism Association has several grants available for tribes and tribal organizations to help with native tourism. We'll have more on that on our website. There are going to be some new stores and experiences coming to the Valley Mall in Union Gap from now through spring of next year. The mall's Hickory Farm stand is opening up just in time for the holiday season, while new businesses like &T, Jersey Mike's, and Milan Laser are expected to open by year's end or early in the spring. But next month, something extra special is in store for the holiday season.
We're going to have a Winter Wonderland seasonal outdoor ice rink kind of located right behind me. So it'll be a really fun experience for families. We'll have fire pits. We partnered with a tree farm this year.
The ice rink will be open November 17th through January. Tickets are $11 for kids under 12 and $13 for anyone 13 or older. A Grandview family has been handed their keys to their American dream, home ownership. As finding an affordable home is proving to be more and more unlikely due to rising prices, combined with increased interest rates, First Story, founded by Hayden Homes, is a program designed to give home ownership to people who might not otherwise have the chance, with the opportunity to buy homes with a zero down, zero interest mortgage, thanks to donations and partnerships across the Northwest.
All of our home buyers are first-time home buyers. They need to be below 80% of the area median income for the specific county. And other than that, we have some financial qualifications like traditional lenders would have, although I will say ours are a little bit more favorable to a lower income home buyer.
On behalf of Hayden Homes and First Story, welcome home.
Augustin and Concepcion first learned about the First Story program through their oldest son, who works for Hapo Community Credit Union, and their brand new home is just a few doors down from him. Mayors of the Tri-Cities addressed their communities at yesterday's annual State of the Cities luncheon. The Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, and West Richland mayors were present to hear from their communities about residents' current priorities and initiatives. Some of the biggest topics included infrastructure improvements and stimulating the economies in each of their cities. Kennewick Mayor Bill McKay says the city is focusing on keeping the streets accessible and safe, while Pasco Mayor Blanche Barajas discussed housing, including the rising costs and availability in our rapidly growing communities.
With over 85,000 vehicles per day, the city's busiest intersection is getting a major overhaul. The Gage and Steptoe Boulevard intersection project will increase safety, capacity, and functionality.
We aim to address the steeping cost of housing by expediting construction and market availability. The Housing Action and Implementation Plan comes as a response to the state legislation, but we've adapted to be uniquely Pasco rather than adopting a one-size-fits-all solution.
The event was hosted at Three Rivers Convention Center by the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce. If you want to hear more from the mayors, you can check out our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. A big item on the agenda crossed the Pasco School Board last night, the namings of its 2 new high schools coming to the community in 2025. After a lengthy discussion discussing the pros and cons of each of the 5 choices for Comprehensive High School number 3, the school board took action, voted 3-2 on Harvest View High School. Other names discussed were Desert Vista High School, Great Forks High School, Sageview High School, and Sunset High School. The board also took action on the name for the new College and Career Academy. There were 4 names up for discussion and decision-making. Orion High School was the unanimous decision amongst the Pasco School Board. The other options that made it to the board for discussion were Pathways High School, Sun Willows High School, and Tradewinds High School. According to some members of the Pasco School Board, there's a few big reasons why Orion works out well for the title of the new school.
I love that Pasco School District has 3 children reaching for the stars, and Orion is consolation. And we have these kids, they're reaching for the stars.
The name Orion is also linked to Pasco. It's the name of a fighter plane manufactured in the city during World War II. Harvest View High School is under construction now and is set to open its doors in fall of 2025. And construction begins for Orion High School next year, also set to open at the start of the school year in 2025. These naming decisions came after weeks of community engagement, hours of committee discussions, and hundreds of name suggestions. Apple Valley News Now and Windermere Group 1 have partnered with the Benton Franklin Humane Society to showcase all of the great animals in their care. The Humane Society is hosting their biannual Operation Best Friend adoption event this Friday from 11 to 4 p.m. at their shelter. You'll be able to meet their team, tour shelter facilities, and meet your new best friend. Jason Valentine returns now with
at least prettier day is on the way. Sunshine is expected, but chilly this morning and even chillier for your weekend. Let me get you prepared for all of that. My First Alert weather forecast coming up.
Plus, the makers of a new Alzheimer's drug proven to slow down cognitive decline are looking to make the application of the drug more convenient.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed.
Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport, only at your local Ford dealer.
Is Medicare planning the last thing on your list? If you're approaching retirement age, contact the professionals at Stand Fortier Insurance Services and get answers to all your Medicare insurance questions. Let Stand Fortier guide you through the Medicare maze. Stand Fortier Insurance Services, bringing clarity to the complex.
Bruno! Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $389 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. I'm a local bee. I started painting houses, and here I am. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. And we're here to take care of everybody, even the DIYers. And so why shouldn't you do this by yourself? Because of our combined 15 years of experience painting homes in the Tri-Cities area. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 509-591-8160.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed.
Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport, only at your local Ford dealer.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Well, the Zillah Public Works Department has issued a boil water advisory for anyone connected to the city's water system due to E. coli being detected in the system on Wednesday. The E. coli was reportedly detected in one zone of the water system during a routine test Wednesday, but no related illnesses have been reported. According to the department, the water system will be disinfected with chlorine and flushed over the next couple of days, and citizens will be notified once tests show it's back to normal. In the meantime, any resident connected to the city's water system should be using boiled or bottled water for cooking, drinking, and brushing teeth. A new study from the maker of an Alzheimer's drug suggests there's a more convenient way for patients to get the treatment. Drug maker Eisai says Leqembi should be given as 2-week shots at home instead of through an IV. Leqembi is the first medicine proven to slow the course of Alzheimer's. In July, the FDA approved the drug, which currently has to be given once every 2 weeks by IV infusion. The process requires patients spend an hour at an infusion center. On Wednesday, the study was presented at the Clinical Trials on Alzheimer's Disease conference in Boston. The company says its research shows the set of 2 shots given once weekly produced similar results after 6 months compared to the IV infusions. The drug maker plans to file an application for FDA approval of the weekly shots next year by the end of March. Coming up, WashDOT is taking another look at a highway corridor where 3 people have died in fatal vehicle crashes. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. It is chilly, folks. Let me get you ready for your Thursday and your weekend. It's coming up next on Good Morning Northwest.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet. repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an electric vehicle from Overturf Kia, your EV headquarters. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Save over $4,200 on an all-electric Nero EV. Now $38,699. Or get 2.49% interest for up to 72 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Join me tonight at Twiggs Bistro and Martini Bar for our Golden Bachelor Watch Party. Great drink specials, giveaways, and Tri-City's own Faith Martin competing for the Golden Bachelor.
From Twiggs Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
I'll see you tonight.
Next live, Vanna White. Plus, coming October 31st, it's Live's Halloween show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. And it is chilly outside. If you're heading out anytime soon or really anytime today, make sure you dress very warmly. So we do have another alert day today. We're just getting you ready for the first freeze of the fall, and it's going to continue and even get colder in our overnight periods. All of our areas will be seeing overnight freezing at least by Friday night. So right now on the radar, we are looking a little bit of snow kind of in areas around us, very little bits and pieces of that, but we should be staying mostly dry for our day ahead. Now we do have a little bit of shower activity popping in the late afternoon, early evening for Yakima, Toppenish, and that system looks to move a little bit to the east, but if it does come to your area, it will be very quick. That'll move along, and by the time we get to Friday and Saturday, we'll be looking at mostly clear to just plain old clear conditions. That also means our overnights are going to be frigid, mid to lower 20s. For our lows are expected. We still have that freeze warning until 9 a.m. this morning. And again, that's a warning for agricultural workers to protect their crops when there is the first freeze of the season. And that definitely happened for most of our cities overnight last night. And we're seeing very chilly conditions continue. 32 for Yakima right now. Other than that, we're just above the freezing level for our other cities. And as I said, this will seem warm by the time we get to Saturday early morning, Sunday early morning, as we see even chillier conditions on the way. Temperature trend and our daytime highs are well off of our average, 10 to 15 degrees off. This is for the Tri-Cities for the week ahead. So for all of our cities, expect very chilly and unseasonably cool temperatures as we enter November next week. Halloween as well on Tuesday. So wind speeds, not much of a factor today. We do expect winds to pick up a bit tomorrow and kind of meander between 10 to 5 mile per hour for our next work week. So wind really not becoming too much of a factor. Let's take a look at our highs today, mid to upper 40s for really all of our areas. And we're going to stay in this zone for the week ahead as we kind of enter a drier and cool weather pattern, and it's going to be sticking with us for a while. And again, it's a kind of a good and bad news with clear skies during the day. That just means very chilly conditions overnight. Speaking of which, let's get to our 7-day forecast. So tomorrow we're going to be at 46 and we're going to remain mid to upper 40s for the week ahead. But look at these overnight lows. We're going to be in the lower 20s for our weekend into our next work week and our overnight period. Halloween there on Tuesday with the kitty on top of the jack-o'-lantern. We are looking 49 and partly cloudy skies. Then November 1st, more of the same, though we could see a little bit of shower activity next week, but nothing like we've been seeing the earlier part of this week. For the Tri-Cities area, mid to upper 40s as well. Also 47, partly cloudy for your Halloween, and overnight lows are staying very chilly. So it is going to be a very chilly Halloween night. So make sure you maybe put in a little bit of warmth into your costumes. For today, for your Thursday, highs mid to upper 40s. Should be staying mostly dry. Could see a quick shower or two, especially in the Yakima region in our early evening hours. But get ready for even cooler temperatures as we head into our weekend.
Just last week, 3 people died in 2 separate crashes along Highway 395 north of Pasco, raising questions about the safety of this corridor. It was only 3 years ago that the Washington State Department of Transportation made some modifications to make this route safer. Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling tells us traffic engineers will be taking a second look.
It's been a dangerous fall on this stretch of highway north of Pasco. Just last week, there were 3 collisions along Highway 395, 2 of them fatal.
We've had 2 fatality collisions here in the last span of 1 week in the same area, just a little bit south, closer to Tri-Cities. Both of these vehicles were trying to cross the highway as well. So those are under investigation right now.
Another fatal collision happened just outside the Country Mercantile in June.
We know in the first fatality collision, a pickup truck towing a camper was traveling southbound towards Tri-Cities. They were turning left into the Country Mercantile, and they failed to yield the right-of-way to an oncoming vehicle.
Because of the most recent collisions, the Washington State Department of Transportation is planning to analyze why these crashes keep happening and what could be done to improve safety.
And our traffic engineers are going to be going out, taking a look at some of these specific intersections where we're having, where these crashes are occurring to see if there's any modifications or improvements that we can make.
This isn't the first time WashDOT has taken a look at this corridor. In 2020, acceleration and deceleration lanes were added at key intersections between Pasco and Ritzville.
And what that means is we just added a lane for drivers on some of those side streets to get into safely before merging into traffic with 395, and the same with drivers coming off of 395, giving them a designated lane to safely get off 395.
In the meantime, drivers are being urged to use more caution.
And so when you come up to 395 on your cross street, come to a complete stop at the stop sign, look either left or right, and make sure absolutely positive there's no vehicles coming towards you when you pull into the center median.
Taking those few extra moments to make sure it's safe could just be the key to staying alive.
The Washington State Department of Transportation was unable to provide a timeline for when they would begin their analysis on Highway 395. Well, it's spooky season, but a situation in Kennewick may be a little too scary. You may have seen notifications from the City of Kennewick and Kennewick Police showing a flyer that claimed to warn people to avoid a particular home during trick-or-treating events. This flyer says you should avoid the addresses because of missing persons, a revoked carnival permit, indecent or lewd acts, suspicion of kidnapping, and accessory to murder. The flyer also says that emergency personnel will not respond to the address. However, the city has said they do not post these kinds of warnings and that they're never going to advise you to stay away from a house. City first responders also say there's no reason to believe the claim that first responders won't show up. The sex offender concern was many residents' primary worry, but the City of Kennewick said when certain types of sex offenders move to the area, some neighbors are notified within specific regulations. A flyer is not posted in public, but people convicted of certain crimes are required to register on a website. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, there's been a major step toward ending the UAW strike as the union has come to a tentative agreement with one of the big 3 automakers. That's coming up.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Austria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $389 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
Hi, Mo. I need your help. My humans were run off the road by a car that drove off. What should we do? The law says you have 72 hours to report it to law enforcement to make a claim on their insurance, so have them go do a police report? Thanks, Mo. You're the best, hun. I'll give Brumback and Autumn a call. That way, I can come see you.
Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog Tough.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
It's the greatest harvest on earth. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Well, the United Auto Workers Union and Ford reached a tentative labor deal on Wednesday night. The agreement sets the stage to return 16,000 striking workers to the job within days. UAW's President Shawn Fain said his group's moves earlier this week to target strike profitable factories of 2 other major automakers made a difference at the bargaining table with Ford. The union expanded its strike Monday at Stellantis' largest plant, followed Tuesday by a strike at General Motors' Arlington, Texas plant. In its statement Wednesday night, Ford said it was pleased to have reached a tentative agreement. The deal reportedly gives union workers at Ford an immediate 11% pay increase and then pay hikes beginning at 25% over the next 4+ years.
It's an emotional time for me, I'm emotional, but just super excited that this is over with and just can't wait to get back to work.
From what I'm hearing, it sounds like great news for us all, so hopefully we'll be back to work Monday.
The agreement doesn't go into effect until 57,000 members at Ford vote to ratify the deal, which could take more than a week. The union is continuing strikes at GM and Stellantis. It's not clear whether workers who are striking some of the Ford plants will continue or return to work during the voting on their deal. The combined strike against the Big Three represents the longest American auto strike in a quarter century. Coming up, another mass shooting has broken out in the United States, this time in Maine, as the gunman leaves at least 20 people dead. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Did you see this? It says most people are going to need long-term care that health insurance and Medicare won't cover.
I saw that, and it got me thinking, if I need to pay for home modifications or in-home care, I am not prepared. Are you?
Not really. I mean, whatever happens, I just want to know that I'll be able to get care and stay in my own home as I age.
Right? I want that too. So,
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Zumo Stream Box free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Zumo Stream Box for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Looking for a cozy fall event for your entire family? Queensgate Gardens in Richland has a perfect one for you. Featuring a corn and hay bale maze, a dump truck slide, pumpkin archery and painting, and more. Come visit us at Queensgate Gardens for a seasonal memory you'll never forget.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
If people don't have a personal experience with hunger, they're not sure who our neighbors in need are. It ranges from babies all the way up to elders. So the Hometown Food Drive is an annual collaborative event that our food bank and so many others have come to really rely on because we're able to serve so many more people. What you drive can drive change in the community.
See all our new vehicle specials, like on the new Mazda CX-90 at McCurleyMazda.com.
Active for Life wants to say thank you to these community partner sponsors that are helping Active for Life participate in the Golden Bachelor watch parties. Join us each Thursday night at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar. And again, thank you.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. A mass shooting in Maine has left at least 20 people dead and dozens more injured. And the chief suspect in the murder of 4 University of Idaho students is set to appear in court later today.
And another weather alert day with freezing temperatures throughout our areas, or at least close to it as you wake up this morning. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. And Riley, it is chilly this morning, but every year at this time we have to do these types of stories and we hear about these types of stories. What should people not be doing this morning?
They should not be turning their car on, leaving the keys in the car, and waiting for it to warm up.
Exactly, because we got reports, right, this morning?
Yes, reports from the Kennewick Police Department that there was a car stolen this morning that was warming up in the driveway.
And we understand. We get into chilly cars in the morning when we head here in the 2 o'clock hour. So just remember, don't leave a car running unattended. All right, let's take a look outside. And we have a beautiful day ahead, but downright chilly, and it is going to stay that way. We're seeing even cooler overnight conditions as we head into the weekend. So let's take a look at those current temperatures. We are right at the freezing mark for Yakima, 32. Other than that, we're just a few degrees above the freezing mark. And if your car is outside, do give yourself a little extra time. It is going to have some condensation on it most likely. So overnight freezing, all of our areas through next week. We just want to have an alert day to get you ready for the first freeze of the fall. So our conditions, for the day, we're going to see highs in the mid to upper 40s for all of our areas, and really our highs are going to stay in the mid to upper 40s for the week ahead at least. Mostly sunny skies. We're going to see much more sunshine as we move along into our weekend. We do have a slight chance of a quick shower or two tonight, early evening, late afternoon for Yakima area, maybe even into the Tri-Cities into the late hours. But besides that, we're going to be staying dry for the next couple of days. So drier conditions The cooling keeps rolling and freezing overnight again. I'll get you prepared for all of that in my First Alert weather forecast. That's coming up, but right now we're going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. Police are still searching for a person of interest in what they're calling a mass casualty incident in the city of Lewiston, Maine. Officials say at least 20 people have died and dozens more injured in this latest mass shooting. ABC's Aiki Joji has the latest details.
This morning, a mass shooting tragedy unfolding in Lewiston, Maine, the state's second largest city. Police responding to shootings in at least 2 locations.
There are multiple scenes in the city to include multiple hospitals, a lot of witnesses we're speaking with.
Law enforcement identifying 40-year-old Robert Card as a person of interest. Authorities say he has a history of military service, is a firearms instructor, and was treated at a mental health facility over the summer after allegedly saying that he was hearing voices.
If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way.
The first call came in around 7 o'clock from a bowling alley hosting a youth night for a kids' bowling league. One witness saying she heard a loud bang before her father, a retired cop, corralled her and her family into a corner.
I kind of laid on top of her, and my mom was kind of on top of me.
Riley Dumont was bowling with her 11-year-old daughter when she heard several shots. During the chaos, she said she saw 3 or 4 bodies on the ground. The second shooting scene, a local restaurant about 4 miles from the bowling alley. Card on the run overnight, triggering a shelter-in-place order in Lewiston and neighboring Lisbon and Bowdoin, Maine, where police say they found this white Subaru believed to be owned by the suspect. The car seen with the door open and lights on. Sources say hundreds of federal, state, and local law enforcement are assisting in this active investigation. Police as far south as New Hampshire setting up roadblocks, trying to confine Card in case he's on the run. Authorities earlier releasing these surveillance images showing the gunman at one of the shooting locations.
Looks like to me an AR-15 or some version of it. Looks like to me that he's got some sort of extended magazine. I mean, typically those weapons, you can maybe shoot up to 25 or 30 rounds with a standard magazine.
President Joe Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland have been briefed. The White House releasing a statement offering full federal support in the wake of this horrific attack. Lewiston is a relatively small city of 36,000 people, which experts say could be an advantage to investigators.
I think it really increases the odds that somebody knows who the shooter is, because you're going to probably, or do have, survivors in each location, I presume. So with that, you can start tracking this guy.
Authorities did not reveal a motive overnight. Maine Governor Janet Mills releasing a statement urging all people in the area to follow the directions of state and local law enforcement. Lisbon schools have been canceled for today. Brian Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students last fall, is due in court again this afternoon. Kohberger's lawyers are asking the judge to throw out the grand jury indictment, citing grand jury bias, inadmissible and insufficient evidence, along with prosecutorial misconduct. Due to a gag order in the case, media outlets don't know what the grand jury saw behind closed doors before agreeing to an indictment. Kohberger faces the death penalty if he's convicted. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Chilly this morning, and it's going to be staying that way. Even cooler conditions on the way this weekend. I'll get you prepared for your Thursday and that weekend in my First Alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, you have the chance to be a part of the Smithsonian's American Women's History Museum as they're searching for stories for a new exhibit.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership-only savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. Our savings book is packed with 16 pages of everything you need for fall here in the Northwest. Stock up for the holidays with baking and pantry essentials. Save on small appliances and housewares. Plus find great savings in sporting goods, pet supplies, and more. Find it for less in our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet returns to Yakima. The Christmas tradition your family will treasure forever. Experience dazzling performances from the international cast, enchanting costumes, and whimsical giant puppets. Get tickets at nutcracker.com.
Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $389 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
Why buy a mattress from Mattress Depot USA?
Low prices.
Every day, we beat any competitor's price.
Selection?
All sizes and brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Customer service.
Our sleep specialists average 10 years in the industry. Check out our reviews.
Comfort guarantee?
120 nights worth.
Same day delivery.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Local?
Born here, live here.
Come see us today.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Paradise is like a piñata.
It's raining candy and men.
To get to the good stuff, you gotta take a lot of hits.
I'm a little bit more mature than most people my age.
Who tells you that, your mom?
New Bachelor in Paradise tonight on ABC.
Join me tonight at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar for our Golden Bachelor Watch Party. Great drink specials, giveaways, and Tri-City's own Faith Martin competing for the Golden Bachelor.
From Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
I'll see you tonight.
Next Live, Vanna White. Plus, coming October 31st, it's Live's Halloween show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everyone. Do you know a woman who has inspired you to think differently? The Smithsonian wants to hear about it. The team there is looking for exhibits for its Smithsonian American Women's History Museum. Anyone can submit a woman's story to be included.
The exhibit is set to open in March in digital form only, but a physical location is also being planned. That's going to take it at least 10 years, so a little wait for that. I wonder if they have room for my mother. She changed the way I thought quite a bit. She was a wonderful person. How about you? Any women affect you?
I'll say my mother as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we're little twins, you know what I mean? We're very similar.
Well, very good. Well,
yeah.
Mother's Day is very important then. All right, quick look outside. I'm going to get you ready for your Thursday and your weekend. That's coming right up.
And after 3 weeks without a speaker, the House of Representatives has come to a decision on who will take up the gavel. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors King and Kopstein for a free live webinar today at noon. And find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors King and Kopstein for a free live webinar today at noon. And find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
The nights are cooler, and many Yakima Valley residents still depend on wood-burning devices in their homes as their primary source of heat. New wood pellet stoves or electrical devices are much more efficient and are regulated to control emissions. They're cleaner burning and release fewer harmful air pollutants and carcinogens. Upgrade today with the help of Yakima Regional Clean Air Agency's Wood Stove Change-Out Program. With rebates up to $3,800, you could get a new device at little or no cost to you if you qualify. Call today.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. Order Hubby's Pizza tonight and get a large 16-inch pepperoni pizza for just $15.99. Mouth-watering yumminess. The perfect fresh dough and toppings for a quick and easy dinner. Dine in or carry out. Come acquire the Hubby's Habit, your hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors King and Kopstein for a free live webinar today at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors King and Kopstein for a free live webinar today at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning so far, and I hope you're staying warm. We are seeing just chilly conditions, really our first freeze of the season, and it's going to continue into the next couple of days. So we do have an alert day. We just want to get you prepared for the first freeze of fall, and we'll be looking at these freezing conditions through next week. All of our areas will be affected as we get to our weekend, especially as we're seeing overnight lows in the mid to lower 20s. Just a hint of snow in areas around us, but we're looking to stay mostly dry today, and that's going to hold tough until we get to our early evening to a little bit later in our evening. But again, very quick shower activity through the Yakima Valley and into the Tri-Cities. If it does come to your city, it will be very swift. Then all those showers will move out for Friday night into Saturday. That just means even cooler conditions for your overnight period. It's kind of the price we pay for some sunshine coming into our regions. We also have a freeze warning until 9 a.m. this morning. Again, that is for agricultural workers to protect their crops on the first freeze of the season. And I'm sure they got to work last night. Hopefully they were able to finish it. So as we move along into our morning hours, we're right at the freezing mark for the Yakima area, mid to lower 30s for the rest of our areas. A little warmer in Hermiston, but a chilly, chilly morning. And again, this will seem warm by the time we get to Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Our temperature trend, we're going to remain about 10 to 15 degrees off of our average for this time of year. So these chilly conditions are not going anywhere. This is for the Tri-Cities. Average for this time of year, 61, well below it. And that's for the week ahead at least. So what you see is what you're going to get for the next week ahead. Wind speeds pretty much light today. Tomorrow we're going to see them meander between 10 and maybe even as high as 15 mile per hour for Ellensburg, Pendleton areas. And then lighter winds for your weekend, and then more meandering winds next week. But no real wind events are on the way. So let's take a look at those highs today. 49 for both Toppenish and Yakima, 46 for Ellensburg. Over in the mid-Columbia, right in those mid to upper 40s, 50 degrees for Hermiston, and in the Blue Mountain region, 47 for Walla Walla and Pendleton. 7-day forecast, and again, we're going to remain in those mid to upper 40s for the week ahead. That includes our kitty on the jack-o'-lantern for Halloween, 49 and partly cloudy for Yakima. Overnight lows, though, look at those chilly temperatures, mid to upper to lower 20s for the week ahead. For Halloween, we're going to see a very cold Halloween, so bundle the kids up and, well, bundle yourself up as you're heading out the door for that trick-or-treating. In the Tri-Cities area, mid to upper 40s, overnight lows. Again, below the freezing mark for the week ahead, and we dip into those mid-20s as we get into our weekends. So, chilly conditions to continue. Give yourself a little extra time if you're car is outside. There is frost or at least condensation on most of the cars outside, but please don't leave your car running unattended. We've already had a car stolen this morning in the Kennewick area, so make sure to stick with your car if you're warming it up. But a chilly day today, and chilly conditions even cooler are on the way this weekend.
The House has a new speaker, finally. Republican Representative Mike Johnson of Louisiana scored enough votes to win the post. It comes more than 3 weeks after the House ousted former Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The chamber has been without a leader since then. Johnson's victory comes after 3 other candidates failed to get the needed votes since McCarthy was kicked out. Johnson is known as a vocal supporter of former President Donald Trump and election denier. As former chairman of the Republican Study Committee, he played a key role in the failed efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Johnson got unanimous support from all Republican representatives on the vote.
We want our allies around the world to know that this body of lawmakers is reporting again to our duty stations. Let the enemies of freedom around the world hear us loud and clear. The People's House is back in business.
Johnson's election as House Speaker now allows the chamber to get back to work, of which there is much to deal with. That includes another looming government shutdown by the middle of next month. There's also the reality of 2 wars and how the House might deal with funding support for Ukraine and Israel. President Biden congratulated Johnson's Speaker election while noting Congress needs to move quickly to address the debt crisis and national security issues. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but here's a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the OC star Rachel Bilson opening up about pregnancy loss.
We would like to acknowledge that we talk about things that could potentially be triggering.
During an intimate discussion on the latest episode of her podcast, Broad Ideas, Bilson sharing that she has suffered from multiple miscarriages.
And I've had miscarriages, so I've had losses, never carried, they were early on.
The actress successfully giving birth to her daughter Briar Rose back in 2014 and embracing the value of openly talking about the ups and downs that pregnancy can bring.
The most important part is to have discussion and to have support when this happens. But even in those instances, there's always hope, and especially when it comes to pregnancy.
We'll have much more coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Martial arts is my passion.
I work out whenever I can.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough.
My skin was so uncomfortable.
The itching was so bad.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Yakima is hosting the annual State of Washington Tourism Conference, and this year's focus is on native tourism. Native tourism is a $14 billion industry in the U.S., but for small business owners, Designs in Toppenish, it's based on sharing their culture. Every new customer is not only a chance to sell, but a chance to educate people on a history that's often been overlooked. A Grandview family has been handed their keys to their American dream, home ownership, as finding an affordable home is proving to be more and more unlikely due to rising prices combined with increased interest rates. First Story, founded by Hayden Homes, is a program designed to give home ownership to people who might not have the chance otherwise, with the opportunity to buy homes with a zero down, 0% interest mortgage, thanks to donations and partners across the Northwest. Mayors of the Tri-Cities addressed their communities at yesterday's annual State of the Cities luncheon. Some of the biggest topics included infrastructure improvements and stimulating the economies in each of their cities. Kennewick Mayor Bill McKay says the city is focusing on keeping the streets accessible and safe, while Pasco Mayor Blanche Barajas discussed housing, including the rising costs and availability in our rapidly growing communities. The names of the two new high schools opening in 2025 in Pasco have been chosen after the Pasco School Board voted 3-2 for Harvest View High School for the third comprehensive high school. Other names discussed were Desert Vista High School, Great Forks High School, Sageview High School, and Sunset High School. Harvest View High School is currently under construction and is set to open in fall of 2025. The board also made a decision on the name for the new College and Career Academy. Out of the four names that were put up for discussion, the Pasco School Board came to a unanimous decision on Orion High School. The other options were Pathways High School, Sun Willows High School, and Tradewinds High School. Construction begins for Orion High School next year, also set to open at the start of 2025. The name Orion is linked to Pasco. It is the name of a fighter plane manufactured in the city during World War II. The Zillah Public Works Department has issued a boil water advisory for anyone connected to the city's water system due to E. coli being detected in the system on Wednesday. According to the department, the water system will be disinfected with chlorine and flushed over the next few days, and citizens will be notified once tests show it's back to normal. Any resident connected to the city's water system should be using boiled or bottled water for cooking, drinking, and brushing teeth. A confusing situation in Kennewick after flyers claimed to warn people to avoid a particular home during trick-or-treating events. However, the city said they do not post these kind of warnings and that they're never going to advise you to stay away from a house. City first responders also say there's no reason to believe the claim that first responders won't show up. The flyer raised concerns about possible sex offenders, but the city of Kennewick said when certain types of sex offenders move to the area, some neighbors are notified within specific regulations. A flyer is not posted in public, but people convicted of certain crimes are required to register on a website. After two fatal crashes along Highway 395 last week, the Washington State Patrol and the Department of Transportation are working to analyze and find out what is leading to these crashes. According to WashDOT, the department plans to send traffic engineers out to the problematic intersections to see if any improvements can be made. According to Trooper Chris Thorson, the most recent crashes are under investigation, but initial reports were that the vehicles failed to yield when crossing 395.
And folks, we are looking at a very chilly morning this morning as we have quite a bit of cold temperatures, even freezing temperatures coming into the day. So get ready for even cooler temperatures on the way as we get to our weekend. So overnight freezing, all of our areas throughout the next week at least. So on our radar, just bits and pieces of snow kind of surrounding us, but we're going to be staying mostly dry today. We do have that freeze warning till 9 a.m. this morning for all of our areas, save for northeastern Oregon, just a touch warmer there. But we're going to be in the mid to lower 20s for much of the weekend for our overnight lows. Current temperatures mid to lower 30s throughout our areas, 32 in Yakima, 33 in Ellensburg. So chilly, chilly, folks. Bundle up as you're heading out the door. Maybe get the kids a little bit of warmth as well. Wind speeds are light today. That is, thank goodness. We are looking at things pretty much being windy tomorrow, around 10 or 15 miles per hour, so not too much to worry about. All right, our highs are looking at the mid to upper 40s as we get into our day, a little bit cooler than yesterday. We do expect to see, again, similar conditions for our weekend and into our next work week. So Halloween next Tuesday is looking like that. Back to you.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock. You can always find the latest updates on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.